Okay, I'm just putting this here so you can hear me. All right, so we're going to get into a standing position where we feel relatively comfortable. Ah, maybe move this a bit closer.
My camera off.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Marcy, love. We're just starting now. We're just going to start with some standing for a little while. And we can just check in with how we're feeling. We can feel our feet on the ground. Maybe if we want to, we can rest our hands on our tummy. Everything is an invitation, of course. All that we're doing is open. However it feels for each body, it's totally unique. Absolutely fine. All right, and so yeah, we're just going to sense how we're feeling energetically, emotionally, physically, and mentally. So we can feel our feet on the ground, perhaps. Notice that sensation, like a tree, like a tree. We can just feel the roots of the body, really quite solid, and that foundation is buried almost. There's a kind of sense of solidity or density in the soles of the feet. Mm. And we can just, again, maybe take some deep breaths if we like. Invite the breath to be a little bit more here in the belly as well as here in the chest. So if we want to, we can rest one or both hands on the belly. We can rest one on the chest and the belly, or we can just leave them by the sides. It's up to you, whatever feels best for you. If you do have the hands rested on the torso, you can ensure that the shoulders are really as relaxed as can be. Okay. And we can just sense into our hips and our pelvis and wherever we might be feeling bits of tension. And a breath or two or three might allow for a release of stress, tightness, aches, anything that the body could just let go of. That's invited here. Mm. Mm. And we're tuning in together for the beginning of this Yochini session. We're here to have some fun. Enjoy the ability of the body to express itself in its natural way, in its natural rhythms. Everything is fluid and flowing here. And if we like, we can exhale audibly through the mouth, like sighs. Nice deep. Okay, so we're breathing in perhaps through the nose and out through the mouth, if that's comfortable for us. At the end of each exhale, we can really sort of audibly sigh it out just to allow for this release to take place in the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Real aliveness coming through the body. That's nice. Okay. Really releasing. All right. And we're going to let's do knocking on the door of life, shall we? So knocking on the door of life, we're going to stay where we are, standing, but we're just going to just release the hands perhaps to one side, and we'll just start to swing from side to side. And what this is going to do is just going to get us give us a nice spinal twist. Oh, it's going to give us some sensory feedback on the lower back and the lower belly. It's perhaps going to allow us to relax our shoulders as well, tapping into different muscle groups, joints and the bones as well. That's it. Just keep that going. If you're looking over the shoulder, you're getting a nice twist in the neck. Knees can softly bend if that's comfortable. Very nice. A nice stimulation on the lower abdomen and the lower back. It's good for our internal organs and our kidneys, the muscles surrounding all of those as well. It's good for our lower dantian, that lower energy center. Really enjoying those nourishing exhalations as the shoulders relax more and more. Soft face, soft body, open heart, flowing breath. Very nice. Okay. All right. Let's just let that slowly unwind, shall we? We can just like slowly unwind and just feel the body, feel that natural movement of energy. Maybe the eyes are open, maybe they're closed. Doesn't matter too much right now. We can just sense right how the body is feeling now, just even after one simple exercise. Check in as much as we like throughout this session and any other session, sensing what's going on with the body, with the heart, with the brain, etc. Everything is open, free, and allowed. Okay. Maybe then we can do a little bit of dog wags the tail. And this is where we move side to side. So we're just getting the spinal cord nice and warmed up at the moment. These are a series of spinal activations which are really allowing the whole of the torso to loosen up a bit. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's it. So we can really sort of stretch into the side body, the other side body. Both sides nicely stretching and stimulating. And wag the hips and the tailbone a little bit. A nice extension and flexion into all of the sides of the spinal cord, each vertebrae, each rib, each muscle, all of those intercostal muscles and everything else. Okay. Well, you can speed it up or you can slow it down, just however we are feeling today. Whatever the body wants. Sometimes we want to go a bit faster, sometimes we want to go just slow it down, keep it nice and chill. Get a really nice stretch on the side of the neck as well and the shoulders. Ooh. Okay. Slow that down. Sense again the midline of the body. How the body is feeling after that activation. these mindful pauses along the way are just helping the body to really take that time to absorb what it's doing, which kind of, yeah, just gives a bit more time and space for the digestion of each practice because they are quite powerful. They're simple, but very effective. Okay, maybe the next one can be the wave. So this is a really nice movement for the flexion and extension through the front and the back of the spine. We're going to rest our hands on our lap if on the legs if that's comfortable. What we're going to do here is we're going to extend through the chin and open chest. Exhale, a slight forward fold, just ever so slightly hinging from the hip. And then we took the chin into the chest, the tailbone rolls under, and we wave up and down like this. So we're getting a nice sort of rolling motion and a waving motion up and down the spine. So we're actually flexing and extending through every single vertebrae. Really nice. Oh. So we tend to exhale as we come down, and we tend to inhale as we come up. As we inhale, the peak of the inhale, our whole front body is open. Oh, this is so nice. Kind of moving a bit like a serpent or something. Like a nice flowing movement through the spinal cord. Really nice fluid flowing movement. Mm, really nourishing and oiling those joints and all of the surrounding muscles. If you want to go a bit further down, you can. You can even like get really into the lower back if there's any tension there. You can go it slow, you can go at it fast. Oh, really isolate into all of those joints. Mm. Ah. As we isolate into the joints, the erectors, the trapezius, the pectoralis, major and minor on the front side. It feels such a release through the tissues. Oh, wow. Okay. And then maybe coming back up. We can slow it down if we want, and we can even just like, before we stop completely, maybe we could just do it a little bit smaller so that the transition is really smooth. It's nice to smoothly transition out of each and every activation. Again, it's just that thing about the body taking time for itself to nourish itself. Ah, ah, okay. And eventually, we'll just find that natural pace coming to us a point of stillness again. Mm. Okay, maybe we can just take another breath or two here, to sense where we are. And then we're going to do some chi massage. So a chi massage is basically the way in which the body can nourish and replenish its energy source through the application of knocking So we're going to start on the chest, if that's all right. Now, here, if anyone has any health issues, any ailments of any kind, just do listen to the body. If it doesn't feel right, then let's not do it. Maybe there is some things going on that it feels okay, but you just don't want to do it too hard, all right? So just listen to yourself, so to speak, and tap into the right amount of pressure for you. But it tends to be a bit like this. We're going to knock up and down on the sternum, the center of the chest, that is the breastbone. And again, it might just want to be gentle. You might not want to do it too hard, but if it feels comfortable, then you can go quite firmly. And you're allowed to breathe out loudly. Okay. So this is really good for nourishing the energy body, strengthening it, but also releasing stress and tension, anything that's not serving the body so much. We can blow that out right here. All right, and then with an open hand, perhaps we can tap down the inside of the arm and up the outside. Down the inside, up the outside. Nourishing tapping. And we do this about 3 times on each arm. What we're doing here is we're waking up the energy that can circulate more freely and efficiently through all of the tissues, all of the meridian pathways that circulate all around the body. Tapping up and down. That's lovely. Once we've done that 3 or 4 times, we can go on to the other side. So, according to Chinese medicine, we have our yin meridians down our inside of arm and yang meridians on the outside. They're a bit like rivers of qi that flow up and down the arms and the legs. And this tapping exercise is a little bit like removing any blockages, any blocks or boulders that might be discouraging the natural flow of energy, of qi or prana, then it can circulate a bit more freely, so to speak. Ah, ah. Now we can breathe as loudly or as deeply as we like. Once we've done 3 or 4 times on both arms, we can come back to the chest and have another little Tarzan here. We can breathe out again. This has an audible expression of releasing. Very nice. And then we can just let the arms hang down and yeah, just sense into what's going on again. And now, by now, we can perhaps feel more vibrancy and more vitality sort of embodied or inhabiting the chest, the arms, the hands. You can perhaps feel that vibration and pulsation in the palms and the fingertips. And if that is the case, it means that that chi is really circulating more freely now, which is nice for the health and well-being of the organism. Okay, the next point is the back. So we're going to tap on the lower back, and this is really good for our kidneys. So we're just tapping here, and we can come a bit lower down as well if we like. We're tapping on the lower back and the sacrum, maybe coming a little bit higher. We can tap up and down. Get a nice chi massage in the kidneys. So again, according to Chinese medicine, they are the batteries of the body. And this is like recharging those batteries. And again, you can do that as firmly or as gently as you like. And then after a little while of that, we're going to tap with open hands, just like we did on the arms, but with the legs. Down the outside, up the inside. All the way to the ankles, outside, and inside. All the way back up to the hip gates. And we can do this 3 or 4 times. Oh, this is lovely. Getting a good bit of stimulation into the legs for all the hard work they do if we're walking around a lot or doing any exercise or working. Tapping 3 or 4 times and then giving ourselves a good old tapping on the hip gates, perhaps. And then, if it's not too uncomfortable, if you have eaten recently, then maybe just do this instead. But if it's all right, if your digestive system is up for it, you can gently tap up your right side. So your right side is up, yeah, for the ascending colon. And then over to the left side, that's the transverse colon, and down your left side, which is the descending colon. What we're doing here is just giving the digestive system a little chi boost to encourage it to flow a little bit more fluidly. But recognize you are tapping on your liver, pancreas, and spleen, maybe even the stomach, as well as the internal, um, the intestines. So do go gently if they're not used to this. When one does this regularly, it can actually be really delicious and quite nice. And can build up a bit of an energetic tolerance from it. Not that we need to do, but it's just can be quite nice and soothing if we have any digestive problems. Oh, right, nice. Okay. Maybe we can just take a moment, pause again, and just feel the breath. Just feel the breathing pattern. We can invite that breath into the belly, just like we did at the beginning, but this time we can imagine that we can feel the breath breathing. Just imagine you're breathing in through the belly button, breathing out through the belly button. And what happens there is when you breathe in, it's as though the belly just expands a little bit. And then as it exhales, it just gently retreats and deflates. Okay, let's shake it out. This is the last activation we're going to do. And then we're going to do some Qigong flowing. So we can sit down at any point, but we tend to do this standing up, but if ever you want to sit down, take a break, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to shake out through the arms and the legs. And you can bounce through the knees, bounce through the ankles and the hips, through the shoulders, the elbows and the wrists, and through every single vertebrae, whole spinal cord. So both arms, both legs, and the spine make up 5 pumps. We're shaking through those pumps of the body. Shake, shake, shake. That's it. Really shake it out. Release. Oh, can let your head shake a little bit. If the hair is down, you can enjoy the hair going all over the place. Ugh, really release it. Yeah, that's it. Like a child, just shaking it out like animals do. They shake in nature, just like releasing anything that the body doesn't want anymore. And enjoy that stimulating sensory expression. Oh, you can breathe as loudly as you like. If there isn't anyone nearby, and I fully encourage it, it's like a full-blown release. Mm. And at least three more nice, juicy exhales before eventually coming back to a pause. Okay, so we're going to do a few flows now. We're going to do a few flows. We're just going to stand with our feet on the ground. Again, we can check in with the sensation on the ground. And now that that energy is really warmed up, awake and alive throughout the whole body, through the legs, through the arms, through the hands and the feet, now the flows are designed to allow that energy to really nicely circulate around. And it's play. It's just play. It's chi play. It's not energy work. It's energy play. This is what it's for. Energy is playfully moving around all the time, not necessarily with a destination or a direction, but just flowing fluidly. And we're going to just gently allow that to find its own natural rhythm, really. And so, at any point, if you want to do your own flow and you just want to make it up, then go for it. But if you want to stick to the usual rhythm, then you can just open the flow up and down with me like this. Very simple. So we're just going to inhale the arms up and exhale them down. It's called opening the flow. Sometimes it's called Tai Chi opening. And the idea here is to be as much like water as possible. In the movement, in the fluidity of it. Eyes are open or closed. It's not about making it look right. It's just about it feeling nice, feeling easy, simple, smooth, light. And the spine can undulate a little bit as well, so that we're not feeling rigid in our position. We don't want to feel like the standing position or the seated position is really rigid. We want to feel nice and comfortable and like water, fluid, like liquid. You could even imagine that you're moving through a vast ocean of energy, if you like. Inhaling up, exhaling down. This is just a nice, very, very simple flow. Very nice and simple flow. Just keep that going unless you want to go off the railroad. Just go your own way. You can go your own way, as Fleetwood Mac said, apparently. If you're sticking with me with this flow, then we can open the flow up to 6 different directions. It sounds complex, but it's actually not. It's incredibly simple. So if you want, you just carry that on, and then we're going to introduce another direction, which is when we come up, we just gently push forward. And then we inhale it back and exhale down. That's 4 directions. I'll bring the 6 in a minute, but let's just get established with that if you're following me. Very simple. Just in, up, exhale, out, inhale, in, exhale, down. Ah, very nice, simple movement. You can see the arms are just moving like jellyfish or water or something. There's no effort here. Barely any contraction of the muscles at all. It's super relaxed. You don't need to extend through the joints, hardly at all. We can if we like, but this isn't about stretching. This is about just easily flowing from one position to the other. This is just really nice for the body. It's nice for us to just play like this together. You can go at your own pace, your own breath. Don't have to stick with me here. Once we feel like we've got that fairly established, the body knows what it's doing, it has its own intuition. For so many repetitions, it's just second nature. And we're going to open it up to the sixth direction, which is out to the sides. Okay? So, the next time you come out, we can bring it in and then extend out to the sides before bringing it back in and down again. So it's an inhale as we come up. Exhale, gently push out. Inhale in, and then exhale, expand to the sides. Exhale, just imagine you're grabbing a big, beautiful abundance of energy. Bring it down, like exhale. So the six directions are up and down, back and forwards, out to the sides and back into the center. Don't worry about getting it exactly right. It's just about what it feels like. These are nice, nourishing exercises which don't have to be formulated or structured really rigidly, as long as it feels nice. We can just do a few more of these at our own pace and our own. Okay. And after just one or two more of those, we're going to bring it down. Take your time. Don't rush anything at all on my account. When we're ready, we're going to finish this standing sequence with pulling down the heavens, and then we'll relax for a bit. So pulling down the heavens is when we bring big circles out to the sides, and then we bring it down midline. So we inhale. Imagine you could, again, just like gathering loads of beautiful chi. Exhale, wash it down the body. Inhale, massive amount of beautiful, bright, buzzing, booming energy, and exhale down the midline. We're just feeling all of that energy being absorbed and digested. Again, circles don't have to be too big if the arms are feeling like they are straining. It should be really easy and nice, just simple, smooth. Waves of waves of relaxing energy moving through the body. And whenever we're ready, you can just pulse that ball, chi ball in front of the lower abdomen, feeling those kinesthetic sensations alive and vibrant inside the hands, inside the fingertips. And then we can take all of that accumulated energy. Just imagine that you've got this big, beautiful, bright ball of energy in the hands, between the palms. We can take that energy and just store it over the hara, lower dantian. Just imagine we could take that energy and just absorb it right there. Ending the standing sequence the same way we started, with nice abdominal breathing, feeling the shoulders relaxed, and then we're going to get into a comfortable position for a relaxation. So I recommend lying down if you want to, but if you don't, you can find a seated position. So if you want to lie down, I recommend it. Alternatively, you can sit down somewhere. So yeah, we're just going to get really as comfortable as we possibly can be. Ah, really surrendering the weight of the body into the earth. We're going to let everything that we just did together, we're just going to let that be absorbed deeply. The body, when it just really relaxes like this, it's allowed, it's permitted. It's permitted to just bathe in its own expression of sensation and vibration. Not with an imagined end goal, but it's just open, totally open. The eyes can close down if they wish. And the body can really drop into its unique energy or energetic expression. All of the tissues invited to soften. Everything open and allow, nourished. Nervous system is soothed by the simplicity of being here without an agenda to go anywhere else. Nothing to achieve, nothing to obtain, just this. All of these exercises designed to soothe, to nourish, to replenish every single aspect of the body, every attribute, every cell, fiber, muscle, and joint, every organ and gland, every pathway and center, and that the body can just really bathe. The body can just simply find a great ease, maybe even contentment in just not needing to go anywhere or do anything or be anyone. It's just simply allowed. Nothing in the way. And when the body is ready, you can just find a deep breath, perhaps not too deep. Again, a slow, smooth transition. And an exhale out through the mouth might just allow the body to relax and release, whilst also very gently starting to reawaken, finding little movements here and there, whether we're seated or lying down, just taking that time to slowly re-emerge. Very slow, gentle transition, gradual. Enjoying the biochemicals that are circulating around the body right now, bathing in that, noticing how we feel, perhaps giving some thanks to oneself for turning up for oneself, nourishing your body like this. Thanks for joining Yochini today. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Subsequently, who might be watching this on YouTube. I lead sessions like this each week, so do come along. These sessions are tailored to the people who turn up energetically, as well as physically and psychologically. So come along and support this so that we can keep it going and enjoy the celebration and play of bodies together. Much love. Namaste.